Okay.
Okay.
So just now you were talking about Dota, right? Okay, here's what I'm currently experiencing lah right now in the gaming industry. So I have like let's just say I've been playing games since most of my life lah. But because I swap from PC to console, meaning say from PC to PS4. That was like maybe 7 or 8 years ago. So I have at least 8 years, right, to figure out, right, the PlayStation generation, because all this while I never have any context about the console market until, right, I I have tried during my PS4 era, right. I was so upset with the the type of gaming that they are going for. It's not much about the game itself. It's about monetization. So this game I used to play is called Destiny. The thing about this game is that, right, they try to keep you, they use FOMO, or FOMO, which is called fear of missing out.
Okay.
They
Okay.
use all these psychological manipulation to get you, to constantly come back to this game. The game is okay, but the issue is that, right, the methods makes no sense. It's like you want to do a daily quest to get like EXP, or you want to get money, or
Okay.
you want
I
to earn
think
something
I think
to
I got what you
something.
said. This part is more like a mobile phone concept. It's like you need to open your mobile phone every
It
day
is
just
it
to
is exactly like it.
yeah. But maybe for console it's a
Earn
very
your
annoying.
rewards. And the thing about console is that, right, okay, because all these mechanics, right, in phones, right, you don't pay anything, in phone. So what they earn, how the developers earn money is through microtransaction, or small transaction. But the thing is that, right, we paid full price for a console game. So that's where the principles are already, like, blurred lah. The line has been blurred lah. But nevertheless, right, this game, I have seen time and time again, not just this game, time and time again, right, how number one is, the rise of microtransaction. I seen I seen what else how certain developers, right, because the publishers, right, are motivate are commissioning, and they're paying the developers to make the game in their image. So as a result of that, right, the developers are not really getting their showing off their creativity, but rather, helping the publisher to complete their, the game that they want, their project. So then, right, they literally transition from a more artistic and creative team, right, to a more, corporate and organizational kind of thing. They took the art away, and they took the fun away. So I came to that realization, right? Just like earlier this year, I'm like, wow, at the rate where the games are going, right? I'm like, okay, you know what? That's it. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. I
Mm.
straight away like slowly transition out, meaning to say that I tell my friends, okay, guys, I'm no longer renewing my membership with PlayStation. I'm already upset with the way the gaming industry is going. There's no, I have given enough, like, you don't give me the excuse that, right, oh, it's still progressing. I'm like, fuck you. First of all, I already seen this happening time and time again, right? And it's already a new console generation. So
So
I straight up told them,
do you mind to share to me what is the PlayStation experience was like? 'Cause for me, I know they try to go for a subscription service, but
okay,
I never play. I mean, I never owned a PlayStation in my life. I only played maybe in my cousin house once a year,
okay,
something like that. So I
okay.
know about PlayStation, but I don't know about the subscription service.
Subscription model.
Yeah.
Okay, so the subscription service, right? Okay, this one I had to pull out graphics.
Yeah, sure.
PlayStation Plus. So in its essence, right?
You need to
Last time
share
there
your
wasn't
screen,
an.
You need to share your screen.
Oh shit! I forgot about that. Thank you. Oh my God. You made me the host, right? Okay, you need to make me the host. Okay, thank you. Screen. Start broadcasting. All right, I started broadcasting already.
Okay.
Okay, you can still hear me, right? Okay,
Yep.
good. So this is PlayStation Plus. It's like a how to say it's like a membership to play online. Yes, they gatekeep, but in in return they give you 3 games for free every month just to
Oh,
get you to come. So it's been like that for one console generation, which is 7 years lah. Then suddenly, right, this year, right, they come out with this tier subscription, essential, extra, and premium.
mm,
Essential meaning to say that I just want to be able to play online, so I just pay the money. Extra, you get to enjoy a subscription, like Netflix for gaming, right? Like Netflix, you have a catalog of games, you can play this catalog of games. Okay,
okay.
so they want to be for an extra fee. Premium, right, is where you get to play the PlayStation 3 games and certain streaming games
Wow. Okay, okay.
Okay, so right, yeah, PS3 games and some PS1 and PS2 games, but nevertheless, the point I'm trying to make is this lah. Okay, I for me, I don't care whatever it is. I just need essential because why? I only play one game. I
Mm,
don't change other games so fast one. So
yeah.
I don't see. I find it a bloat lah, to have all this catalog.
Yeah. The interesting thing is I think now Microsoft is a subscription service, and then AutoCAD, the construction software, Revit is by
Yep,
subscription. Even my
yep.
company Allplan is by I mean they are not yet there yet, but they are switching to subscription. And PlayStation is the same, but I know why, because they want to make the service a bit like your lift, the escalator that you need to pay, or your Toyota car or Porsche, that you need to pay a subscription for your car. And the reason is they need to sustain the engineers and the technician behind it, so that every month they can service you. And I think for the PlayStation, of course, I think, you see, they already put PlayStation Plus. So what does the PlayStation Plus extra?
Just the extra, just means to
Yeah,
say you got more catalog of games, you
yeah.
got
I'm no.
access
I
to this
mean,
catalog.
plus is like equal to extra. So the problem is, I think most of the company today, they are facing like a big trouble, especially gaming platform, because you see, last time people, like, if you buy a PlayStation, your friend or your family or relative, they might buy another PlayStation and they will buy a game. But today, there's too many like YouTubers, so they will buy a game and then they will share it online. And the problem is, play is tougher for PlayStation to earn any income. And then the the energy and the salary to produce a game is like very high, but their profit is significantly lower than maybe Angry Birds. You know,
A
Angry
lot
Birds.
lower.
Yeah. So the problem is, a lot of these low quality mobile phone game, they are earning so much money with the worst type of technology and with the worst taste of gaming mechanism. But for PlayStation to survive, it's like they need like 10, 20 years of history, track record to just build one game. And then, the graphic, everything is so consuming. But obviously, I would say the CEO or the top management of PlayStation or Xbox, they are all screwing up, because Xbox has that problem as well. Because when you use Microsoft today, when you use Microsoft, you press like start button, then the Xbox experience come up, and they
Mm.
allow you to record your conversation as well. It's like streaming
Yep.
experience.
Yep.
But
Yep. Yep. Yep.
for PlayStation, they are in a very dangerous state because Sony Xperia was a popular laptop until like MacBook, everything comes up. So Sony,
Xperia is actually phone. Vio is the laptop.
oh,
Vio,
yeah,
VAIO.
yeah,
It's Vio. It's Vio. Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Go on.
But I'm just saying that Sony is definitely facing trouble because the laptop is not doing well, and then they shut down the mobile phone division. They only left.
Actually, fact. They shut down. They sold Vio to this company called JIP, Japanese Industrial Partners. They just sell it to them, and then these people spin off Vio. So it's not the same Sony Vio already. Xperia is still around. They're still developing. But the reason why, right, they don't want to they don't want to market it much is because they're selling camera sensor to all their customers. Everybody is using Sony's sensor.
Yeah, actually,
They want to be like, for this case, they are doing what TSMC is doing. They will not compete. They will quietly develop their technology.
for your information, I think for your information, this is done by Steve Jobs as well, actually.
Uh-huh.
Because when they start to make iPhone, Apple, they already surrender because Steve Jobs know that there's no way Apple can come up with the best camera or touchscreen or anything. So in the early stage, Sony signed contract, with Samsung, with Sony, one of it. So that actually every
Mm.
single part was part of it. And because for Sony, it's the same thing. Sony will be like, hey, why I want to help Apple to do anything for you. So this is the deal. And you know what is the deal between Apple and Google? It's YouTube and Gmail and Google Chrome. So Google have to pay, I think, more than 10 billion to Apple every year, just that so that the apps is shown on the homepage. I don't know whether you know about
Uh,
that. So
that one I don't know lah, but okay.
yeah, but I think you corrected me about the brand is still there. But I just want to
Uh,
say that Sony no longer has the ability to sell like the PlayStation experience to the tablet or to the phone because they are now independent. And I think it's a very tough job for the PlayStation CEO to find
yes.
a new way. Yeah.
Actually, right, the history is like this one. They came, okay, Sony has a streak of bad luck lah when it comes to the portable devices. What happened was that, right, they released this product called the PlayStation Vita. So this is a portable gaming machine lah for portable handheld console. So
Something
then,
better
right,
than Game Boy, right?
yeah, something better than Game Boy. Then suddenly, what happened? Oh, Apple iPhone came out, and then all the apps and the games came along, and then the apps and the games all free. And then suddenly, what happened? The next moment, Nintendo come out with this product called 3DS and all the DS or whatever variation lah, and it's cheap. The device is cheaper. The games are are you know
Yeah.
Mario and etc. So they gonna triple blow. Then after that, fast forward like I don't know how many years ago lah, maybe 3 or 5 years ago, Nintendo Switch came along, portable but got console quality. Nyama, that's why Sony, right? From there on, okay, everybody, I have a better idea. Instead of developing our own console game, everybody calm down. We put the games into the portable games. Meaning to say that we put our games in Nintendo Switch ecosystem. We put our games into all this ecosystem. That way we got presence, and we don't need to worry about making starting out a new production line.
Yes, actually, what you say is true. Actually, how PlayStation become a successful like gaming console is by killing Sega. I think Sega,
No, what
Sega,
happened? What really happened was this. What really happened was this. Nintendo, right, wanted to make a new console. So then they commissioned two projects, you know. One is from Sony, the other one's from I think Toshiba or Panasonic. I think it's Toshiba lah. And then right, they betrayed. They after that, after both companies already developed their console, right, Nintendo go and betray Sony.
mm,
Yes, that really happened. So because of that, right? So then they have a meeting. So what do we do now, boss? They're like, let's go for it. And then they become more successful than Nintendo.
mm. Yeah, but I'm talking about Sega. I'm not talking about Nintendo. Is you know Sega is like
Yes.
you can Google Sega is like the
Yeah, I'm aware of Sega
yeah,
story.
yeah, yeah. So I'm just saying
But
for from Sega point of view, um, they are completely destroyed within like 5-10 years, which is also the same thing because they want to change from the cassette into CD, and when they convert into CD, it was not success. But when they want to upgrade into another platform, PlayStation already released, and when PlayStation was released, there's one legendary game, Final Fantasy VII. After that, Sega don't even have a game because even you make your platform, right? The gaming developer has to choose side, just like iOS,
mm,
the Apple Store,
mm,
they have to choose a side because
mm,
your time is limited. You only have that much time to develop a game. So when they develop for Sony, they're not coming back because it's too tired to develop the same game for a few platforms.
yep,
And
yeah.
this concept is exactly explained by Steve Jobs in 2007, 2008, 2009, and 2010. So, and this is the part that Steve Jobs is a genius because before the problem has coming out, and Apple or they are designed to prevent this issue in the very first place. And you can see that even though Android, they always say they are a more open ecosystem, but the problem is Google is as close as Apple, maybe just slightly free, but I won't say it is a open ecosystem anymore. I think Android is becoming a closed ecosystem like Apple because just it's just too tired for the gaming developer to update and service the patch for like every single version with like millions of phones like
Mm,
and then I think PlayStation is having similar issue because like iOS, okay, iOS is still not a successful I mean Mac OS or Apple OS, they are still not successful in the gaming industry, but at least you can see that Apple product is seamlessly linked to like app like Macintosh to iPhone to iPad,
mm, mm.
and
Because it's the same ecosystem. Mm,
but 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 they spend a lot of resources to achieve that. It's not just that they are from the same company, but they slowly make the software, the programming, even the app developer, like Apple help like the Swift programming, they help the app developer so that when they develop an app for iOS, they also kind of
mm,
already develop the apps for the tablet. And when they develop for the tablet, at the same time, concurrently, they almost able to release the Macintosh version. And this is a very big movement because I think most of their design, they are not like that. For example, like AutoCAD or a lot of modeling software, PC is a PC, PlayStation is a PlayStation. I mean, this is clear when you see like Final Fantasy VII or Diablo, you know,
mm,
when they release a game, the PC version, if it's for PlayStation, the PC version might take 2 years. So the 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 user, or I mean the consumer, already played the game for 2 years, and then maybe you need to wait for the Steam, Steam engine, and I would
Okay,
say that
Steam Deck.
is I think Sony is in a big trouble because I think Steam is the best platform. I think in the future it will be even better, and in the future PlayStation have to release the game on Steam, even is from Sony. I think this is the
Okay,
future. Yeah.
okay, okay. I need to explain. I need to say a few more facts. Okay, Sega, right? What happened was that, right? They had a few mistakes when it comes to launching their console. They made a few mistakes. One of the mistakes that's right. They launched the console. They announced during the the game show, right? It's called E3 lah. They say they're announcing the console, and then suddenly they say it's already launched. I'm like, what? All the retailers are not aware that they did launch the product. Nobody have the product, so everyone was scrambling to get the stocks. So they made a lot of missteps along the way. But at the same time, Sega got defeated by by Nintendo. So that's why from there on, right, they stopped developing console, but they put their how to say their games on the market and also continue servicing the arcade, the arcade machine, right?
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. The next thing is that right, Sony, right, uh, Steam, right. Here's a very funny thing about the Steam Deck. Okay, remember the Nintendo Switch, right? This product, right, is actually Nintendo always have the tendency to come up with underpowered, how to say, use underpowered hardware, but but make amazing games. Suddenly, Steam, right, came out with their product called Steam Deck. You can play, you can whatever that's in the Steam ecosystem, meaning say the Steam store, right? You can play most of those PC games on a Steam Deck, which is the size of like a handheld machine.
Do you mind to share your screen and the
Oh yeah, so
yeah.
so sorry. So sorry, I just remembered. Steam Deck. You see this thing? This is a Steam Deck.
Oh,
Shit.
actually, I'm not aware of the Steam Deck.
Okay, this Steam Deck, right, is very expensive. It's literally a computer. It's literally
Mm.
like it's running on the Steam OS. But the
Mm.
fact that you can play your PC games that you bought from Steam, right, into
Yeah.
a handheld.
Yes.
So that right already, right, that suddenly throw Nintendo off the bus. Like shit. We
Yeah.
spent so much time, right, to build the ecosystem, right, which is
Mm.
the Nintendo eShop, and on top of the Nintendo eShop, we also built the other ecosystem whereby independent developers can develop in our in our in our thing, and we don't just restrict family friendly content.
Yeah.
Suddenly, right, you know, Valve, which is Steam, right, they got a established game ecosystem, and
Yes.
then they came out with this
Actually,
this device.
actually,
Surprise!
I would say Nintendo's success is based on a lot of gimmicks. Actually,
Mm,
okay, even in the Sega time, what are the famous game from Nintendo? Mario and Sonic's. So like you can see the characteristic of Nintendo, the game powered by Nintendo machine is always underpowered and it's always like very simple game. It's a bit like arcades, a bit like playing chess, a bit
yep.
like Angry Birds. It's like there's not much storyline, a very simple story, and the platform is always about someone jump and use the butt to shut down the enemy. But you look at and then afterward they have like Nintendo, like Wii,
Yes,
the
the Wii and the Wii U.
yeah, and it's also a gimmick because why? The sensor is not perfect, it's not ideal, but it is a good birthday present and it's very cheap. It's I think about few hundred US dollar. So it is a good
That
enough to
thing
be
actually is that thing is actually one of the best selling console in the whole
history. Yeah,
at that
yeah,
time,
yeah. So yeah, that's why I say the problem about Nintendo is most of the success are kind of gimmicks. It's not like a very solid success compared to Steam or PlayStation because you look at, I mean, Xbox, they try to fight PlayStation, and I would say is a more established and they are able to power like complicated games. The problem about Nintendo is they are more like Angry Birds. That's why today, where's Angry Birds? Like Angry Birds is not even a popular game anymore, or Tempest Run, because I would say,
It's actually what happened was like this. Uh, it's more like the developers, right? The publisher by name Activision, right? They usually their business method is always to milk out the series until maximum, and they don't bother about developing new series.
you mean Blizzard or what?
Activision Blizzard, they own Ravio, which is also the developers for Angry Bird
Yeah, I
and
think
and Candy Crush.
I think it's by acquisition, right? I don't think
Of
they
course,
they
it's by they didn't start it lah. They definitely buy it lah.
yeah, but of course
Don't
I think the most successful gaming company in the world now is Tencent. Also a lot of
okay.
bullshit game. I would say is the gimmick. But what I want to say, I want to say is like, okay, you see, Blizzard, of course, like World of Warcraft, all these are milking machine, and this is the thing that
Uh,
Sony and all the Japanese developer are very bad at. Because like even like Final Fantasy, even though the Final Fantasy, I think the 14, a lot of time Final Fantasy already want to give up. Like the Square Enix, they already want to
mm, mm,
give up improving the Final Fantasy 14. But the player is like, hey, shut up and take my money, It's like I'm very happy to pay like Square Enix with a lot of money, like how they pay for the World of
mm.
Warcraft. But
Okay, okay.
I'm just saying that this is a business side, like it's like subscription. Like maybe they release a new hero or a new equipments, people are willing to pay money for it. This is the
Yep.
strength of the Western business. It's like the
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, I need to clarify one more thing also. You say that eventually Sony have to like put their products in Steam, right? Actually, some of their PlayStation products, right, their games, right, are already on PC.
yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, like Spider-Man and Horizon Zero Dawn. The reason is because they also acknowledge that, jialat, very soon, right, we need to start putting ourselves in the PC market because of Microsoft gaining in power. That's why you notice you see a PlayStation, right, not only have this one, Sony also, right, started building products like Sony InZone. I show you first. InZone, right, is the gaming headset. They are starting
Mm.
to, they are starting to Sony, wait, still got some more. You're looking at it, right?
Yes, yes.
Monitor gaming. They also starting to build like Sony monitor gaming, gaming monitors.
Yeah, I think it makes sense from Sony point of view because Sony
Yeah,
already
they're
lost, I
starting
think.
to build all
Yeah.
this PC, the Sony games that they develop lah.
Yep.
But the point is, yeah lah, this is already exactly what's going on already, exactly what you mentioned already going on already happening
Yeah. Because I think from
already
the other
happening.
perspective is
So
Netflix. I
to
think I think the bigger way is Netflix. Like for actually a lot of Japanese anime or Japanese movie, why
yeah,
they're actually very, very popular in Japan, but the whole world doesn't know about it. So no one knows about it, no one do the
okay.
translation. And then it took maybe 10 years. It took 10 years for maybe South Korean or Hong Kong or Chinese people, maybe just to copy the same thing, or the States or the Western world to copy the
Yeah,
Japanese movie with the same idea, same plot, everything the same, but they release in maybe the movie theater and then suddenly it become famous. So I would say the problem is the JoJo, not Netflix, the Hunger Games,
mm,
the
mm,
recently the in South Korea.
yep, yep,
Sorry,
yep.
what is the name? What's the name?
It's Squid Game.
Yeah, Squid Game.
Squid Game.
So, you know, Squid Game. this idea, everything about the idea of Squid Game already happened in Japan for like 20, 30 years. And there's so many anime with a very, very similar idea and plot, very similar storyline. But
Mm.
because if it's in Japanese anime, many people won't watch it because last time anime is for childish people, the perception.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
and then even like superhero movie like Marvel almost went bankrupt
Yep.
at some point,
Yep.
like
Yep.
X-Men almost went bankrupt. So, and
Yep.
you see the power of Netflix is like the power of Steam. It's like now the South Korean company and then the Japanese anime, JoJo Bizarre Adventures,
Okay.
JoJo
What's
Bizarre
going? What's
Adventures.
yeah, I heard of that show.
Yeah,
I'm
you
aware of this show. Oh yeah,
can
what?
you type on it? Can you type on it? Actually,
This.
yeah, JoJo Bizarre Adventure, Stone Ocean, the most recent one. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
this series was never a success, but look at what happened to Netflix. What Netflix
Because of
did to
Netflix.
yeah, because of Netflix, you look at original
Mm.
network Netflix, right? Sorry, can you
Mm.
move up again? Yeah. So yeah, so you see the Wikipedia explanation. You don't need to click in, but move down, scroll a bit. Yes, you look at the. Oh, sorry, just now I saw Netflix, but I'm just want to say
Yeah,
that
this is just subscription. Yep.
yeah, because
It's
now
commissioned by Netflix, ma.
yeah, so I mean a lot of things are not successful because of the platform, because the user, the director, the investor, they invest in this manga and then they try to bring it to the animation, but after they spend so much money, they would like to sell as much as possible. So this Netflix, they are getting a lot of commission to helping a lot of Japanese and South Korean because they have no market. They can make great things, but no market. So like Final Fantasy VII, like Street Fight. I think Street Fighter, Mario. The reason why Nintendo is more successful. This is another way is the marketing is so much better because the game is so easy to know. You don't need to invest so much, and they just need a platform. Like Street Fighter is a very successful, I think one of the most successful Japanese game ever, because when Street Fighter was released, the American knows, everyone in the world knows about Street Fighter. But like JoJo Bizarre, if there's no Netflix, I think most of the human people, they don't even know what is JoJo Bizarre Adventures.